The new Lloydminster Nissan has moved into the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West, formerly known as Border City RV. Shop in comfort with over 100 new and pre-owned vehicles all inside our giant showroom. This is the largest and the longest indoor sale in the history of the Border City. Sales and service all under one big roof. Come check out the massive savings in this massive building. The new Lloydminster Nissan, now in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Welcome out to the Lloydminster exhibition and the new Lloydminster Nissan exhibition grill. Kurt Price with you, and great to have with us today Grayden, Kay, and Dana Larouche. We're going to be talking to them about Cattleman's Call, which is the third annual Cattleman's Call. Starts Friday here at the Lloydminster exhibition. And just before we get into that, of course, I'd like to remind you that the new Lloydminster Nissan has moved into our temporary location on Highway 16 West. We're in the Big Blue building, and we have over 100 new and pre-owned vehicles underneath the big roof. For parts, for service, for sales, it's all just 5 minutes out of Lloydminster, and you can follow the signs and get there very, very easily. Love to see you. Now, normally, of course, you can just drive around the lot, and today you'd see people scraping snow off vehicles and stuff like that. No snow on our vehicles, windows are rolled down. We're inside where it's nice and warm in the Big Blue building on Highway 16 West, and a great deal right now on new and pre-owned vehicles. You get free tires for life with your purchase. So check that out at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Let me tell you about Superior Water. Superior Water is proud to provide you with the purest drinking water possible. I drink it. I drink it because I like the taste, and I've got my whole family hooked on Superior Water now. I think it's the best water, and at just $3 a jug, you get a nice consistent taste. And we did this over Christmas. We needed a few bags of ice. They're just $2 a bag for ice at Superior Water. 2 locations in Lloydminster. You can visit them beside Sheepskin Loft on 57th Avenue, and if you need help with those Big Blue jugs, you will not have to ask for it. They also have their coin-operated location just off Highway 17 South. At Superior Water, water is what they do, and they do it well. We want to say congratulations to our Strength in Unity ticket winners today. And I say winners because what we asked you to do is tag someone on Facebook that really gives you strength when you need it the most. And so our winner was Sarah Walker, who tagged Tanya Walker. So Sarah, congratulations. You're getting 2 tickets to Strength and Unity with Jody Carrington and Ty Smith. Now, Kat Pollard from the Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation joined us last week, and she said that they are really excited about this presentation with Synovus and the Lloydminster Regional Health Foundation, and they're excited that Ty Smith adds a very different element to this program this year. It means that this program would be good for almost everyone in the family.
I think with Ty, we have somebody that we know that went, he was doing a presentation in Regina, I think, room full of men. Ty Smith does his talk, there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Really?
So he is so powerful, and I do believe it's for men, women, even teenagers. With the hockey element brought in and mental health, it affects everybody. Everybody has gone through some struggles. So teenagers, are welcome. Parents kind of use their discretion of how old do you think that they can handle this. But being in the event center at the casino, minors are welcome, just not in the box suites. So we do recommend that, teenagers, male, female, everybody, come down, because I think everybody is going to gain something from this.
Tickets are available for 2 shows, and remember, there is an afternoon show and an evening show on Saturday. Go to eventbrite.ca, and thank you to everyone who entered that contest. The Lloydminster Gun and Outdoor Sportsman Show is January 20th and 21st at the Service Sports Centre. The Saturday show is going to run from 10 to 5, and the Sunday show will run from 10 to 3. The cost is $10 for adults, and 12 and under get in for free. There'll be over 230 tables to browse, and that's sponsored by the Lloydminster Fish and Game Association, who have a big month. January's always huge for the Lloyd Fish and Game Association. They also have their Family, Wildlife, and Awards Banquet here at the Lloydminster Exhibition on Saturday, January 27th. And along with that wonderful meal that you get each year, and believe me, you won't get that meal anywhere else. It is so different from anybody else's meal. They also have entertainment by Magic Bend this year. Tickets are only $50 each, and those are available until January 23rd, or by visiting Wildside Outdoors. And if you want more information or tickets, Dwayne has those as well, and info at 780-808-6420. Well, the Lloydminster Exhibition's Chase the Ace is down to 35 cards now, and last week's winner took home over $3,000 without pulling the ace. The jackpot already closing in at $68,000 with the next draw tomorrow night here at the Lloydminster Nissan Exhibition Grill. Tickets start at just $10 each, or you can improve your odds. Purchase 3 for $25, 8 for $50, or 20 for $100. And getting those tickets is easy. It's as easy as just stopping in here at the Lloydminster Exhibition during business hours and getting those tickets. You can also get e-transfer details and use your credit card at lloydex.com. And tickets are now available for the Lloydminster Kinsman and Kinet's Telemiracle Steak Night in support of Telemiracle 48. Steak Night this year features a great supper and Bud's Busted 9 irons. Tickets are $60. Myself and Heather Clagus will be your MCs for that one as well. So we have a couple events coming up that we're doing together. And if you want tickets, you can call any Kinsman member. But if you don't know a Kinsman member, Matt has those tickets at 587-217-5067. 48th annual Telemiracle this year is a great cause. Becky Shilley joined us on Thursday last week with details on the Olive Trees Home Base program. This is front and center right now with the weather that we have outside. It's cold enough, but it's going to get even colder. And what Home Base is it's a shelter first program. And we received some very good feedback from that show about the homeless program itself, which Becky told us is not for everyone.
Yeah, but those people aren't ready yet. And I'm a big fan of free will. And so we are here and we'll offer you all the support and the services that you need to achieve your goals. But if you're not ready yet, that's okay. We're still here and we're ready to help you when you choose that.
Are most people ready? Like, are they trying, like...
Yeah, I think so. I think, and I mean, I don't say that like in a negative way. I think that if you've suffered a lot of trauma in your life and you have, let's say, addiction issues, mental health issues, whatever, self-esteem is a huge issue. And are you worthy of a better life? Or can you handle the responsibilities that come with a better life?
Right.
There's a lot of, it's a lot more complicated than people think. And, you know, sometimes you watch social media or whatever and you read all the comments, and I just would wish for people to understand how complicated it is. And it's not like people making a decision to choose this or choose that.
If you haven't checked out that show yet, once again, we received great feedback on that show. And you can find that wherever you get your podcasts and, of course, on this Facebook page. Tickets are available now for the Marwayne Community Playground Association's Comedy Night, which features Kelly Taylor. Kelly has performed around these parts quite often. I don't think he's been to Marwayne yet, and if you haven't seen him, he's going to put on a great show. That's February 10th with supper at 6, the show at 8. Tickets available on Eventbrite, and the night also features a great dance. Tickets are $75 each, and once again, get those on Eventbrite. The BioClean Aquatic Center presents Swimming in Snowflakes on January 27th. 2 times available to purchase tickets, and they're only $10 each, and there'll be a DJ set up with lights and decorations and hot chocolate crafts for the kids, and they're going to transform the BioClean Aquatic Center into a winter wonderland. So the first session, 5:30 to 7, and the next session is 7:30 to 9. And once again, tickets just $10 each, and you can get those at Walking on Water Toys or at the BioClean Aquatic Center. Well, we just used their name to show you how they promote different events and how help out the community, and BioClean Disaster Services continues to do that. Their commitment is to you and your family, and also, I would say, to the community as well. Damage from wind, fire, and flood and asbestos contamination brings on a whole lot of stress. It's a whole different bomb. If you've never experienced it, we hope you don't. But if you do, that disruption is enough for anyone. You don't need any more. And that's what BioClean Disaster Services is there for. Taking care of your property, taking care of your possessions, and most important, taking care of you and your family. Serving Lloydminster, Wainwright, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, and surrounding water and surrounding area. At BioClean Disaster Services, their focus is truly on taking care of you. 1-833-246-8326. We'll take a break, and when we come back, Grayden King and Dana Larouche on the 3rd annual Cattleman's Call.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to support the communities we live in. When you support Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, you are supporting local nonprofits and initiatives. Since 2020, we have donated $60,000 to local nonprofits, youth sponsorships, and various special projects. When was the last time your insurance company did that?
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with a Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
We have Grayden King with us. He is the chair of the 3rd annual Cattleman's Call, and Dana Larouche is the ag manager here at the Lloydminster exhibition, and it's great to have you both with us. So thanks for giving us some time. Especially you, Grayden. I know you're wanting to get home as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's cold and we're calving, so yeah. But no, I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
So Cattleman's Call, 3rd annual. Tell us what Cattleman's Call is, what it's all about. Bring that a little closer.
Yeah, so when we started this event a few years ago, we kind of just seen a need in the community, well, in the egg cattle community mainly, for an event to just bring bull buyers and bull sellers together. So it's a low stress, kind of just bring your cattle, set up a banner, and just talk to passerbys. So there's a pen show component as well as a halter show component. And yeah, it's just a low stress, come hang out and let's talk cattle.
So we're not talking sales here. We're just talking kind of planning.
That's right, yeah. So the spring is the big time for purebred cattle producers. That's when all the bull sales happen. So by doing this kind of pre-spring, guys can bring the top end of their bullpen to town and show it to a captive audience.
So for buyers, they're getting an idea of what they're going to do in the spring.
That's right.
It kind of gets them to start thinking about it. Is that what this is all about?
Exactly, yeah. And it helps the seller end too, so you can kind of maybe establish some new customers, meet some new faces. And then even guys that have been in the business a long time, maybe they just need a new place to buy bulls from, and maybe they haven't heard of so-and-so that has bulls here in a pen. So it's just a great way for both sides of the equation to get together and just market and network.
Why is that important?
You need to find a home for these bulls, right? And expanding your customer base is always important. And sure, the social media has taken over a lot of the cattle marketing part of the world, but there's still that face-to-face component that's so important. And I think being the Lloydminster area, it's home to such a huge population of purebred cattle. So why not get a good population of those under one roof and kind of showcase what the whole area has to offer?
I look at the industry and say it's in really good shape. How do you look at it right now, Grayden?
It's really good. It's so positive. Yeah, we sold calves this fall for the highest we've ever sold them. Cull cows were the same way, and forecasting into the spring here, like it'll be interesting to see what these bull sales do. We're kind of just slowly easing into the bull sale season, but if it's anything like the commercial cattle markets were in the fall, I think it's going to be a really, really fun spring sale season.
Has that translated into higher numbers here at Cattleman's Call?
It has, actually, yeah. Entries are up quite a bit, and Dana has the entry numbers here, but we're looking at 53 entries in the halter show, 22 pens entered in the pen side, and then so 53 halter cattle, 27 exhibitors, 22 entries on the pens of 16 exhibitors. So those numbers are way up from years previous, and that gets us really excited because this barn we have, it's set up here now, and it's nearly sold out. So there'll be a lot of cattle in the barn to look at. And those pens, like I just said, 22 pens, and those are all pens of 2 and 3. So there's a lot of cattle represented right there.
Can you take us through the trade show part of it?
Yeah, so we kind of have a really neat setup in our barn here. As soon as you walk into the barn, you walk directly into the trade show and bar area. So everybody that enters a building has to walk through that trade show. So that's really good on the vendor side, right, for traffic. And then the whole setup of the barn is in a circular fashion. The show ring's in the middle of the building, so you walk in, you have to go through that trade show, and then the path kind of just takes you right through all those halter cattle and then right through all those pens. So there's no dead spots in that barn. It's pretty neat.
For this industry and being so well, are you seeing some excitement? Like, can we maintain these numbers, Grayden? Like, I know people, and I know people are watching this going, that's why I'm paying so much for my beef at the grocery store and at the butcher. Is that the case?
Well, yeah, it's hard, right? Because yeah, sure, prices are up for us, but they needed to get that way. The way inflation's gone and fuel prices and input prices and feed prices, everything we do, the prices have gone up. The price of cattle in the marketplace has stayed steady or not kept up, I guess, is a better way to put it. So this is where it needs to be. Whether or not it's going to stay here, that's any man's guess. Every market fluctuates, right? And I'm sure we'll go down again at some point. But if we get a few years like this, it'll be fun times in the cattle business. And that's just where it needs to be. Like there's so many middle people between us being the producer and then the end consumer that everybody's got to make money, and for the longest time it's never been us. So
well, there can never be a time with no stress though.
Yeah.
Like you never get everything you want, but we do have some snow today.
Yeah.
How's that help?
Oh yeah, it's not a stressful.
And were you really stressed
yet,
out before Christmas?
Yeah, totally. Like we need it. Like dugouts are low, soil moisture is near zero. Yeah. So yeah, it's welcomed, and I just hope it keeps coming.
Yeah. Well, 10, like I said, 5 to 10 today. Well, 10 would be great, and another 2 tonight would be
even better.
Would be even better.
Yeah,
but
keep it coming.
What else is stressing out cattle? Well, I guess both ranchers and buyers right now.
Probably feed supplies. Yeah, and moisture. A lot of guys had a tough year last year and didn't put up a lot of feed. Of course, with not having a lot of feed and prices being up, a lot of people got out of the business too. So the Canadian cow herd is certainly shrinking. The feed inventories are low right now, and the water inventories and dugouts and soil moisture are even lower. So I think those things combined, they create a lot of stress.
Let's get back to the show. What can people expect on Friday here at the show?
Yeah, Friday is the pen show. So pen show happens on Friday. That kicks off, well, let's back up. Doors open at noon on Friday for the public to come take a walk through the barns. The pen show is going to kick off at 2:30. We forecast that'll last 2 to 3 hours. And then at 5:30, we have a complimentary spread of appetizers that'll be right in the center of the trade show area. So that's always been a hit the last 2 years. Jim here at the exhibition puts on a great spread of appetizers, and it's just a really nice mingling and networking event. So you have your plate of appies and grab a drink from the bar and check out the trade show booths and just chat cattle and everything ag with the people in the building.
What's the cost?
It's free to come in. Yep, there is no cost. The appetizer social is free. There's no gate admission. Just come and check it out.
So you mentioned the public to come in. What's the benefit to the public and to the rancher to have them both get together like this?
Yeah, I think it's super important. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't know where their food comes from, right? And if they do, maybe they have a slight idea, but they've never put a face to the name or actually seen cattle in the flesh. So even if you're not a producer, it's a great thing to come down to and just check it out. Like, it's open to absolutely everybody that wants to come down. So
the social as well?
The social as well, yeah. So yeah, the more the merrier, and it's supposed to be darn cold. So this is all indoors. The building heat will be on, so it's too cold to go outside, so you might as well come out and hang out inside our building and check out some cattle.
And it might be good to point out too that the exhibitors do welcome the conversation from the public.
Yeah,
right? You know, they do welcome the questions, they do welcome conversation, anything. Yeah. It's good to point out too. It's
totally.
Not
Is that social one of the main parts? Is that one of the most popular parts of Cattleman's Call?
I think it is. I think it's just good to sit down and have a visit. It's good to talk. It's good to, you don't see, from show to show you do see the other exhibitors, but just to have those conversations. And same with with the sponsors and such. So I think it's important. Great.
Yeah, and even with these exhibitors, like you're quite often busy throughout the day showing and stuff, so you can have some short conversations here and there. But when things wind down in the evening and those appetizers come out, the whole barn kind of stops and everybody just hangs out and visits. It's a pretty important time of the day.
What do you hear from ranchers after 2 years of the Cattleman's Call? What have you heard about the event?
It's been positive. Like, a lot of our exhibitors are repeat exhibitors. So a lot of the ones coming this year, they've been here the last 2 years. And but this year we gained a lot of new ones too. Like, our entries are up. So just like any event, it takes some time to build. And I think those first 2 years we had some faithful people attend that never missed it, and they told some friends and word spread, and now it's just growing and growing. So this is just year 3, and we've got nearly a sold out barn. So it's going to be exciting to see what 4, 5, and year 6 bring.
Let's talk about Saturday. What happens on Saturday?
That's the halter show.
Yeah. So halter show kicks off at 10 in the morning on Saturday, and that'll be classes of all halter cattle. So there'll be yearling heifers, yearling bulls, 2-year-old bulls, para bulls class, and breeders herd. So kind of a nice showcase of halter cattle, and like I said before, there's 53 entries on the halter side. So it'll be a nice size show, probably last a few hours, and then after that show wraps up, the cattle are going to stay in the barn till kind of late afternoon. And same thing, people from the public can just come and tour through them and hang out.
Dana sponsors are huge.
Yes, sponsors are huge, and we're lucky again. We have CNRL has stepped up, and they're our title sponsor. Thank you. So that's wonderful. We have Excel Insurance Group, Inc. Incorporated there, and they're new to this show this year, so they've stepped up as our bar sponsor, which is wonderful. And then we have some supporting sponsors, FCC and Agland. So without sponsors, it just wouldn't be the same show. So again, thank you to those sponsors. You know, we appreciate it, and and
it's so
wonderful.
important.
It is,
and that's just the bigger title
Yeah.
sponsors. There's every single class that goes in that ring has a sponsor associated with it as well. So we'd be here for a long time if we listed them all, but their banners will all be represented in the ring on show day and announced from the block, and so they'll get their recognition there as well. But there's a lot of sponsors just outside of these four too that help this happen.
Exactly.
Is it local? Is it a local show? Would you say it's?
We have some exhibitors that are definitely traveling and coming. So there is a lot of local entries, but I don't want to say it's just mostly local. We have quite a few.
I think we have a few coming from 4 or 5 hours away.
Yeah.
So it spans a large radius. Like outside of this show, Camrose Bull Congress hosts an event similar, and then there's one in the Peace Country as well. But there's no bull congress like this that serves Saskatchewan. Yeah. So we're kind of our plan when we started this was we're right on the border. We're the perfect location to serve both Alberta and Saskatchewan breeders. So there's a large market of Saskatchewan breeders that are coming to this show because it is the closest one for them.
Yeah, and they are repeat. They have been here for the last 1 or 2 years that we've have hosted it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's nice that they're coming back as well.
When you guys were designing this show, did you go to those shows and say, hey, we can take this from this show and this from this show, and we can make ours a little bit different?
Yeah, I certainly did some market research there. Like I've attended most of them throughout the years, so I kind of had a good idea. But we have a pretty great committee too, and so between all of us, there's a lot of good ideas that float around the room, and we've all been on a lot of travels to different shows. So there's a lot of good minds in that room that help put it together.
I take it that entries are closed.
They are, yeah. They closed yesterday at 5 p.m. So
and with an almost sellout.
Yeah. So we got to close them at some point so we know how many pens to make and make sure we have our barn prepared for everybody. So we did close them Monday at 5.
Anything I'm forgetting to ask about Cattleman's Call, 3rd annual?
No, I think that just about covers it for me.
We're really excited this weekend, or for this coming weekend.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the show just with the numbers that we have coming in, and again, like, this is my second show. So I'm coming. I'm meeting and seeing, and those that are coming back, I'm super excited. And
well, that's a good thing. Like, what did you learn going year 2 to year 3?
What did I learn? Just in all honesty, I have learned a lot. I can't even. Yeah, I've just learned that. Well, we have a great crew here at the Lloyd X, and our committee is really awesome, and we have great exhibitors that support us, and so So as far as learning. I've come to more appreciate, I guess is the word. I appreciate what we have to offer here as the Lloyd X, as well as the exhibitors and sponsors, and that's more, I guess.
Have you guys had to change anything?
We added the pen show last year. Yeah. That was new last year, but as far as this year goes, we're pretty much on par with last year. I think we got. Oh, sorry, that's right. Yeah, we added a percentage cattle show. So, so cattle that aren't necessarily purebred. Are now eligible to come to our show. Yeah. So, I forgot that we added that.
Yeah, the percentage show is new.
Yeah, and we do have some entries in that category. So, it was worth adding.
Well, we appreciate your time. Thank you to both of you.
Hey, thanks,
Well,
Kurt.
and thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
So
great
much.
to have you here. And this is going to be a busy place this weekend
100%.
because you've got Cattleman's Call. There's the Ukrainian Dine and Dance. The Malonka is happening here, and of course the Aztec Safety Challenge starts on Thursday, and that's where we're at tomorrow. We're going to be at the Aztec Safety Challenge as the teams start to arrive, and we're going to be talking to our 2 local rinks and maybe a few more curlers as they roll in as well, and giving you a little insight into what's happening there. And Lloyd X is supplying food there, plus there's the Synergy family-friendly event that's happening here at the Lloydminster Exhibition. Parking might be at a premium this weekend here at the Lloydminster
Be a busy place.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
A great way to kick off 2024,
100%.
I would say.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Our show tomorrow is actually an evening show. So we're going to, you can join us tomorrow night at, I think it's 5 or 6 o'clock. I don't think we've even picked the time yet, but watch our page, watch the Live with Kurt Price page. And once again, congratulations to Sarah Walker on winning the Lloydminster Regional Health tickets to see Jody Carrington and Ty Smith. We'll talk to you tomorrow evening.